Good morning guys, today we're exploring a few temples about 1 hour outside of Yogyakarta.
So beautiful.
We go four-wheel drive bashing and even visit an active volcano. We saw our second eruption.
I think this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Our first stop today is at Borobudur Temple.
The Borobudur Temple was actually built in the 8th or 9th century, and it's a Buddhist temple, and in fact it's the largest Buddhist temple in the world. It's 35 meters tall. There are a total of 504 Buddhist statues in the temple complex. So you can see the way it's constructed. It's actually built very similar to a pyramid with 5 different layers, and then on top it has a big stupa. The upper stupa has 72 Buddhist statues surrounding it.
So if you look at the Buddha statues, you'll notice that approximately half of them are actually missing their heads. And that's because the neck of the statues is the weakest point. And because of the many earthquakes and the tremors from those earthquakes, unfortunately, that's caused those heads to fall off over the years.
Tickets to enter and see this temple cost 35 Australian dollars per adult. You can also walk to the top of the temple where the stupa is located, but that's going to cost you an extra $10 per person. And if you do want to walk to the top, make sure that you book online and reserve a spot.
I feel like someone's proposing over here. We could be witnessing a proposal at the Borobudur Temple. They could be getting engaged right now. How exciting would that be? Maybe she's saying no. She'll look very happy.
It does not look like it's going good for him. She was saying thank you and then tried to run away, and he looked like he was trying to hang on to her. And she's like shaking his hand. And he's like, yeah. It's kind of giving what you call like a K-drama, but Indonesian version. Indo-drama. It's kind of giving like Indo-drama vibes. It's very spicy. A little update on the Indo-drama. So he went to like kneel, almost like you know, proposing stance. Then she kneeled down with him, so it was like at the same level. So there was like no proposing. Yeah, it looks very awkward. Yeah, it's not going well for him. I'm actually a bit afraid of horses, so. Hello. Okay, this one's cute. Oh, now I'm gonna smell like a horse for the rest of the day. Bye. Bye-bye. Oh, ew. I swear it's all wet. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, now I have horse slobber on me. Actually, horse snot. It's a bit nasty.
On our way out of the temple, they actually have a whole market section. So kind of like a gift shop as you're exiting. But they have 2 separate sections, one for international tourists and one for domestic tourists. So we were obviously directed to go down where the international section is, and they have totally different things in each of the sections. Obviously the international market is a lot more expensive because it's for international tourists, and the local market has kind of local handicrafts and local batik clothing. So it's obviously a lot cheaper as well. When you exit the temple, they make you go a really, really long way away from where we entered. And now we're actually lost. We don't know where the car is. But serious detour though. I feel like we've been trying to exit for how long?
I feel like I don't recognize.
It's like a good half an hour.
Yeah, at least half an hour.
If you're coming here, make sure you allow enough time to actually find your car again.
And wear walking shoes. I'm a little bit in shock right now. I actually don't know what to say. We just saw the volcano have a small eruption. I never thought I would see that. We've been driving towards the volcano the whole drive, and then all of a sudden we saw this big puff of smoke, and we saw the smoke coming down the side of the volcano. I'm a little bit scared because we are supposed to be going on a jeep tour around the volcano.
Hello. Good morning.
We just arrived at the first lookout and we saw our second eruption. This is so cool. I can't believe we are this close to a volcano that is erupting. Mount Merapi has been the most active volcano for the last 500 years here in Indonesia.
I think this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's a super pinch yourself moment. I cannot believe that we're here. We're seeing the most active volcano in Indonesia and this beautiful waterfall here. It's almost like a dream. Like, it doesn't look real to me. It is so crazy.
So we can actually see one puff of smoke after the other coming up from the volcano. So obviously very active. We just read that the last major eruption was in 2010, and more than 300 people actually got killed, and they had to evacuate more than 300,000 people.
So beautiful, but
Deadly.
deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're coming to Java and you're visiting Yogyakarta, you need to come here.
That is a must, 100%.
Have to come here. It is so worth it. I'm going to put a pin to this location in the description, so make sure to check out the description so that you can come here too.
And I just want to do a shout out to my friend Anisha. Thank you so much for telling me about this place. We are just about to go find our Jeep and do a Jeep tour around the active volcano that is actually really erupting right now. It's smoking up a storm and the smoke is all like going down the sides of the volcano. So a little bit scared. Looks like there's karaoke while you wait, so that's very interesting.
This is so crazy. Check out that active volcano behind me. I can't believe we're driving towards it. Our driver was just saying that there's actually 29 Jeep companies that do these tours and 850 Jeeps. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, let's see how we go. Maybe we're going to be seeing more Jeeps than anything on this tour. In 2010, when the volcano erupted, it actually created this river. So this would have been a river of lava coming through here.
So this used to be a village, but it was affected by the 2010 volcanic eruption. So we're currently looking at this house that was not affected by the lava, but was affected by the ash, which was over 500 degrees Celsius.
It is so crazy that even a plastic bottle actually survived. Okay, so this is why we shouldn't use plastic, because they just do not biodegrade and they're also volcano proof. So not good for our environment. So do not use plastic. It's really hard to be here and hear about these tragedies, about the villages and the people that died from the volcanic eruptions over the last couple of decades. We're actually looking at some of the items now that just were melted, but obviously, these things are replaceable, people are not. They actually got volcanic ash all the way into the center of Yogyakarta. I feel really speechless, actually.
So they have a little model of the house, what it used to look like before 2010. And now looking at it, it's basically completely destroyed. It's just the walls.
Gutted.
Yeah, it's just the walls that's left, and even some of the walls are fallen down.
All right, I think we're getting back in the Jeep now. Batu Alien is a volcanic rock located on the slopes of Mount Merapi. It earned its name due to the unusual shape, which some people say resembles the head of an alien. But probably the most spectacular thing about this location is the gorgeous views of Mount Merapi.
We've just arrived at a bunker that is used to escape any volcanic eruptions, and it actually looks like you can go inside, so I'm very curious to see what it looks like.
So we just took a look at the bunker and you could actually see lava, the lava rock that is still in there now, and our guide was just saying that it actually dripped in like liquid. So unfortunately 2 people perished in the 2006 eruption because they escaped from the ash cloud, but this area was actually covered by lava. So the temperatures would have got more than 300 degrees Celsius. So yeah, pretty crazy.
the highlights of the day was 4x4 bashing in a river below the magnificent Mount Merapi. This was such a fun activity, but we got really wet.
It's been such a fun tour today. Really enjoyed this. Definitely recommend it. It's been so informative, but it's also been a lot of fun. If you come to Yogyakarta and you want to get an up-close personal look at the volcano, definitely recommend this tour. I'm going to stick the link in the description for this tour so that you can come with this company as well. But they've been great today.
After driving through the beautiful countryside and small villages, we have just arrived at Prambanan Temple.
Again, really expensive. $100 for the three of us to come in here today. But anyway, I mean, it's an archaeological site. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
That is so cool.
So even though it's quite expensive to get in here, I would have to say this is probably the more spectacular of the two temples that we've seen today. It's an actual temple complex, so there's actually a number of structures that are dotted around the area. The architecture is actually quite beautiful. It's actually a Hindu temple, so very different to the one that we saw this morning.
So the Prambanan temple is the largest Hindu temple here in Indonesia, and it's the second largest Hindu temple complex in Southeast Asia after Angkor Wat. So the temple complex dates back to the 9th century, and the tallest of the structures here is 47 meters tall. Over the years, there's been plenty of damage done to this site, especially because of earthquakes, but also ash falls from volcanic eruptions.
This temple complex is absolutely stunning. The carvings on the stone is so beautiful, and you can actually go inside all the different temples. So we are just about to do that now. Okay, let's go.
There's a really large statue in the center of this room. It's actually really dark in here. Whoa, the ceilings are so high.
There's a lot of really beautiful carvings in here of all the Hindu gods, and they're really well preserved as well.
Whoa, that was absolutely beautiful. You get such nice views of all the other temples from this temple. It's so nice.
You can see at the base of the temple here all the rubble. That is all the rubble that was left over from the earthquake that happened a few years back. Wow, it is so beautiful here. It actually does remind me of a very miniature Angkor Wat from Cambodia.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, and it's really nice with the sunlight shining on it right now. It just lights up all the different carvings, and you can see all the details in the stone.
Just walking around in the gardens of the complex just to try to find a little bit more of a peaceful spot away from the tourists.
Very peaceful here.
Very peaceful. We managed to find a nice peaceful spot.
About 800 meters north of the Prambanan temple, you will find a Buddhist temple complex. That temple complex is called the Candi Sewu, and it's the second largest Buddhist temple complex here in Indonesia.
There's something really magical about this temple and the sun setting behind it. So beautiful. And we have really enjoyed walking around these beautiful gardens today. We've just been taking our time, just relaxing, just looking at the surrounds, admiring the temple. Yeah, it's been a really lovely afternoon. Definitely my favourite temple out of the two that we visited today. We really hope that you've enjoyed this video. That's it for this one. We'll see you next time on Living the Joe Life.
I wish that the ups in the sky up above will send me someone to love. It's not going in the video, this is just me privately vibing.
Definitely going in the video. Make sure to drop a comment below if you want to hear more of Ella singing.
Why do I let you video me? Like... The way my parents always embarrass me in public is so embarrassing. Yes.
Really enjoyed our time just relaxing and just enjoying this. Enjoying. Why? What? Like what? Like when would I ever say enjoying? I feel like it's only when I have a camera in front of me that I say this type of garbage. Okay.